2, 1, let's go. Okay, we're back with another Condensed Go game. This one's only about 100 moves, so it's short and sweet. Let's get into it. I'm playing as white, 8k, up against black, 11k. Pretty standard opening. We've got a couple corners each, but then he jumps way off there, right? Gives me a lot of space. Not really pressuring. Allows me to kind of take that corner right off the bat. And the main action for this game is going to take place in the bottom half of the board here, so pay attention to that. Right off the bat, he gets aggressive, cuts off one of my stones. Okay. So we have a bit of a battle. As you can see, that's starting to play out here, so I'll just go ahead a couple more, right to about here. Pause it. Pause. All right, so let's just take stock here. I got the upper left-hand corner. That's looking all right. I mean, I don't really have this, but I'll probably try and get that corner. He'll probably try and get this corner. And then down here, I basically have this. This is nice and safe. I got one eye down here. I'll be able to build another eye up here. But now I have these group of stones here. These two, they're probably dead. Looking at it right now, maybe they can squeeze out here somehow, but I doubt it. I'm going to assume those are dead. And now these three, forming this little triangle here, a little bit of trouble because we're split up, right? Like he's got this group, which is looking decent, and he's got this group, and they're all split up. So this group of mine is going to have to back off, and this is where the trouble kind of begins. Let's move ahead a few more here. So he kind of safens up that bottom group there by playing down here. Those two stones, tried to save them, wasn't looking good. So now I jump out, right? So this is important. These three stones totally stranded on their own. They're going to have to build some kind of a base or a territory out this way. So I jump out to basically try and make that happen. Start that process. He seals off the bottom just so that I can't save those stones. So they're dead now. Let's just consider them dead. I put a little bit of safety down there. So now that bottom left-hand corner, totally mine. Safe. And also his stones here, because these white stones are dead, I would consider this all one group, right? So he's got that whole kind of left-hand middle stretching into the bottom of the board there. So that puts these stones of mine kind of at risk now, because I'm not going to be able to kill off this group. Like that's a pretty solid group. So my group's the weak stones there. Or I should say my stones are the weak group, is what maybe I should say. He tries to jump in there and kill me off. I don't know. He's wasting his time by doing that. I defend it. All right, so now we're starting to battle in the middle of the board here. This is where things get interesting. I'm getting a little bit of space up here. Like I have one eye here. That's probably going to be safe. Second potential eye there. If I can kind of build up around here, get that group nice and safe. But I recognize that he was building a wall here, right? This is part of that group. So that's safe, and he's got another stone over here. So if he can bridge this gap and fill in that sort of middle territory, that's a huge chunk. And I don't want to do that. So what do? I throw right in the middle of it. And thinking, I mean, I'm assuming this is what I'm thinking. This is from like 2 years ago. But by throwing in here, I think I want him to play like over here somewhere on the right. And then I can kind of jump up left and connect, right? And then maybe I can build something up here and steal some space down at the bottom. But I think that's my thought process with that bottom stone. How does he respond? Total opposite. Goes in the left, which probably a good play, actually. Oh, I thought I would have jumped off there. If I had played that now, let's go back one. By playing there, he's kind of building up this, right? He's saying, this is my space. If I were to play this now, I'd probably play something like here, or maybe here, and build up a little box of my own to start building off of. I can always attack this corner later by jumping in, but by playing right there, that's aggressive. He's got to respond to that, and he does. Okay, but then that'll... Oh, see, I was going to say that allowed me to sort of link up with those stones, but then he instantly cut it off. Put him into Atari. Now I'm in a bit of trouble again because I'm split once more. I have this group here, which is looking like it's going to be okay. Maybe it's not going to be quite that big, but you know, I should be able to get an eye there, or there, maybe there. So I think that one will live, but now I got these two stones living all by themselves with no support. At some point, I'm going to have to jump over here, here. You know, I was talking about going to the right. That's going to have to happen in order to save those two guys. So I strengthen them up. Look at that. Next play, jump over and kind of threaten that right-hand corner. He responds. I jump down. And now what have I done? I've done exactly what I was talking about. I'm building up a little bit of a box, some shape down here that I can defend and get an eye or two in there and survive. And by doing that, I'd say these stones of his is looking a little threatened. There's not a lot going on up there. Look at that, cut him off, threatening. He pushes up, puts me in Atari, pushes me forward. So now he's got a group here of about 6 stones. This is in trouble. I might be able to kill this group off. He's playing it well though. I like what he's doing. He's building it out. I'm threatening to cut him off. He connects through. Jumps out, so I can't kind of pin him in there. I play it safe because now I have this group is all kind of one group on its own. This group is one group on its own. This group is one group on its own. So I have all these little groups that are not really supporting each other. I'm trying to kill him off. If I can kill off one of these groups of his, it's going to reconnect all mine, right, and make them totally safe and a little bit more powerful and dominant. He's threatening that little group there. And now I probably should have played in here, right? I don't know. Looking at it now, I don't think I played this very well. I threatened him. I think I got a little aggressive here, right? We're trying to cut him off. I'm trying to balance too many groups, right? I have like 3 little groups that I'm trying to save, and none of them are helping each other, and they're all kind of running and on the brink, the border of being killed off. So risky business. And now this is where it gets interesting. I just said I should have thrown in there, and I should, because what does he do? He throws in there instead. That's a big move. Now these are threatened. I got 3 here, I got 3 here, I got 3 here, and I got 1 here. None of them are connected. He can he can threaten a lot of guys. You can play here and put this guy into Atari, so I have to play here, and then he plays here and he kills me off. So he's got a lot of opportunities down there. I totally mishandled that, and I put myself in a really bad situation. And right now the computer thinks it is strongly in my opponent's favor. Go, Thomas, go. 11K, shout out to Thomas with a good play there and really put me in a tricky spot. And he's threatening to pull it off. Get some back and forth Ataris. I think I just assumed, you know what, these guys are dead. I'm going to jump out to the left here because he's just got to play in here. I got to go down here. He goes down here. This group is dead. This group of mine, it's only got 3 liberties. So maybe, I guess my thinking was if I can threaten these 2 of his, maybe I can link these groups kind of up through into this group. Maybe this can all become one, right? So what does he do? Puts me in Atari. What do I do to respond? I put him in Atari. Completely unrelated, but by putting these 2 into threat, he's got to come down. I can kill these guys off, I think. And maybe save these. I think that's worked out, right? Let's play this out. He goes here, I go here. He goes down here, he goes down here, he goes here. I kill him off. All of a sudden, this is now safe. That's a nice little chunk of territory. Save the day. These guys are still dead. Is what it is. But how did it play out? I did take those, finished my kill. So now these guys are officially safe, right? These guys that were 5 or 6 stones of mine that were in pretty serious jeopardy officially connected up. This is all one big old group. It's going to be totally safe, lots of eyes. We can sort of start to exert some force onto some of those other groups of his. And what does he do? He's ignoring this, right? He hasn't finished this kill off yet. He's jumping out, and I don't know why he's going there. I mean, I guess there's no threat to him yet, right? I respond, he can play here, link up, he can kind of take me whenever he wants. Threaten to cut him off. He makes a huge mistake there. He put himself into Atari, right? Let's just jump back a couple. He jumps out here thinking that he can take these 4 stones. He can take these anytime he wants, right? They're dead. Even if I play here, all he has to do is play here. I only have 1 liberty left down here. I can't. If I play there, he kills me off by going there. So these stones are dead. As soon as he puts that in motion, they're toast. So he knows, like, well, I can jump out this group of his here. 5 stones. Got 1, 2, 3 liberties versus my 1. So he's kind of alive. He's going to jump out, and then maybe he goes here. So he jumps out. I cut him off. He should have played here, right? Because then I got to go up. And then but then he can't do that because then he's an Atari. Oh, no, he could. Then he could just take my 4 stones. Because he can't go here. So yeah, then he would just go here, kill him off. But he didn't do that. He screwed up, right? Because I take those couple, finish the kill. He jumps over. I sort of threaten to cut him off. He plays in to put me into Atari, but by doing that, he puts himself in Atari. So the next play, I take him. Dead. All of a sudden, these 4 stones that were just ready to be taken at any time, they're toast. And now my territory is this huge chunk. This is all connected now. Totally safe. We can potentially spill up into the right, take some territory there. We can, we got this group out here, which is looking like it's going to be okay. And that just swung the whole game because he didn't finish his kill. He left it. He's like a lion that killed the gazelle and stuck it in a tree and just left it. He should have eaten it right away. And he didn't do that, and that just opened the door for me to come in there. Well, it allowed him to make a mistake, and then I swooped in and took that opportunity. He should have... keep losing the camera. He should have killed me off, right? Let's just go back a couple. I take that kill. You know what he should have just taken it. What am I going to do? We're going to squabble over a couple stones over here. A couple points. A little bit of territory. But then that's a different ballgame because he's got this whole right-hand corner. Totally safe, but... he blew it. So the moral of this story is finish your kills. It's only been too many times, right, where I got a group killed and I get fancy and get greedy and it opens the door, I make a mistake, or they trick me into something, some little sort of reversey thing, and I end up losing it when I had a 10 or 15 point advantage. Totally swings, goes the other way, lose the game, and no one to blame but myself. So, finish your kills. Don't be like the lion, be like the hyena. I don't know. Is that a saying? I don't think so. But finish your kills. Don't just leave them out there. Finish them. Take them. You've done all the work. Finish them off. Get the safety and security. You lose 1 play, I guess, but you gain the kill and the safety, the security, the peace of mind. So until next time, we'll see you then. Let's go.